Well, I love that we showed the Tolbert throw in the highlight because that lets you know what type of confidence Dak is playing with. Doesn't matter. He feels comfortable with people. Another element to this offense that's been added, and a lot of people are talking about it, Kevontae Turpin. He's a problem for defenses. Speed, open field, a playmaker for the Dallas Cowboys.
Let's give some love to Shotty. Right?
Yeah.
The play calling has been excellent.
Yep.
He was getting the full.
Cowboys Nation, let's talk about what we all just witnessed and what's being said about our Dallas Cowboys. This matchup against the Green Bay Packers has once again reminded the NFL world of one truth. When Dak Prescott is playing with confidence, this offense becomes dangerous. And nobody said it better than Marcus Spears on ESPN when he pointed out the throw to Jalen Tolbert as proof of the mindset Dak is carrying right now. That pass wasn't just a completion, it was a statement. Spears made it clear, Dak feels comfortable, he trusts his playmakers, and he's distributing the football with the kind of confidence that wins games. And then came the name that every Cowboys fan should be excited about, Kevontae Turpin. Spears didn't hold back. He called it exactly like it is. Turpin is a problem for defenses. That's the kind of praise you can't ignore. We're talking about speed, open field vision, and the ability to flip momentum in just one play. Turpin has shown flashes before, but now, under Brian Schottenheimer's system, he's not just a gadget guy. He's a legitimate offensive weapon, and defenses are starting to fear him. That's the type of dynamic threat Dallas has been missing to complement CeeDee Lamb. And in a game where the spotlight was on every detail, Turpin proved he belongs in the conversation. And let's give some love to the man running the show, Brian Schottenheimer. Marcus Spears highlighted it, and he's right. The play calling has been excellent. The offense looked balanced, decisive, and intentional. Schottenheimer isn't just dialing up plays, he's tailoring the system around Dak's strengths. Quick throws, designed rollouts, getting the ball out fast, keeping defenses guessing. That's how you win games in today's NFL. And Spears made a point to say it. Dak executed, but it was Shotty who gave him the platform to succeed. This is a new era of Cowboys football, and it's about time people recognized it. Now, let's flip the perspective for a moment and talk about the Packers. Spears was blunt in his criticism of Green Bay, and it's worth discussing because it shows the difference between where Dallas is heading and where the Packers are stuck. He called out Jordan Love's decision-making, saying it's now 2 weeks in a row where his situational awareness nearly cost his team. Against Atlanta, Love threw that late interception when he should have been closing the game. Against Dallas, his lack of clock management and conservative decisions from Matt LaFleur left the door open wide. Spears said it best, in the fog of war, things move fast, but quarterbacks at this level have to be more buttoned up. And while the Green Bay stumbled, Dallas was right there ready to capitalize. Now I want Cowboys Nation to think about this. In a game where the defense had its struggles, what stood out most was the way the offense kept responding. Dak threw with poise, the offensive line gave him just enough protection, and even without Micah Parsons on this roster anymore, Dallas showed resilience. Think about that for a second. This team is learning to win in a new way. It's no longer about leaning on one superstar to save the day. It's about Dak leading, Schottenheimer scheming, Turpin making plays, and role players stepping up when needed. That's how championship teams are built. And let's not also ignore the challenges. Trayvon Diggs still doesn't look like his old self, and Kaiir Elam had some tough moments. The secondary gave Jordan Love opportunities he shouldn't have had, and if not for Green Bay shooting themselves in the foot, the scoreboard could have looked worse. But here's the positive spin. Jerry Jones knows this, and he's not afraid to make moves. Rumors are already swirling about Dallas being in the market for another defensive back, maybe even targeting a Pro Bowl caliber player like Reek Woolen. And if that happens, suddenly this defense gets the jolt it desperately needs. Combine that with what the offense is doing, and the Cowboys go from maybe to dangerous real quick. But back to Spears' take, the part that I think every Dallas fan needs to hear loud and clear. He said that the confidence Dak is playing with right now changes everything, and he's absolutely right. When Dak is locked in, the entire team feeds off it. Receivers run sharper routes, the offensive line digs deeper in protection, even the defense plays with more urgency, knowing the offense will answer back. That energy is contagious. And this isn't just about stats, it's about leadership. Spears compared Dak's current mindset to what separates the good quarterbacks from the great ones. It's that belief that no matter the situation, you can win the game. And Sunday night, Dak showed exactly that. Now, let's talk about the bigger picture. The NFC East is as competitive as it's ever been. The Eagles are stacked, the Commanders are tougher than people give them credit for, and the Giants, well, they're still the Giants, but they're not just going to roll over. Every divisional game matters, and Dallas can't afford to waste opportunities. That tie against Green Bay was frustrating, yes, but it also revealed something. This Cowboys team has heart. They fought, they adjusted, and they kept swinging. That's the type of grit you need in December and January. Looking ahead, the Cowboys need to clean up the secondary, tighten the tackling, and keep feeding their offensive weapons. CeeDee Lamb will bounce back, nobody doubts that. And George Pickens is still learning his role, but the potential is there. Add in Jake Ferguson continuing to develop as a reliable option at tight end, and suddenly, this offense looks much deeper than it did a year ago. So Cowboys fans, let's take Spears' words for what they are. A reminder that despite the frustrations, there's a lot to be excited about. Dak Prescott is playing with swagger again. Kevontae Turpin is emerging as a true weapon, and Brian Schottenheimer is proving he was the right hire to guide this offense. And Jerry Jones, love him or hate him, will make moves if he sees this team has a shot to make noise in the postseason. This season is just getting started, and if Week 3 showed us anything, it's that the Dallas Cowboys are far from done. They're building something, they're adjusting, and when the pieces click, this team is going to be a nightmare for the rest of the league. Now, Cowboys Nation, I want to hear from you. Do you agree with Marcus Spears that Dak is playing with unstoppable confidence? Do you think Kevontae Turpin can be the surprise weapon that changes games for us? And what about the defense? Should Jerry Jones make a bold move for another star corner, or do you believe this group can figure it out? Drop your thoughts in the comments, let's talk about it, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to Dallas Insider for more reactions, news, and breakdowns about your Dallas Cowboys. Because one thing's for sure, the Cowboys are just getting warmed up.